Hey guys, today I'm doing a review of Goosebumps book number 23, Attack of the Mutant. I'm sorry that the camera's a little bit wonky today. This is the back if you want to read it. This review, like most of my reviews, will start off spoiler free but then end with spoilers. I'll tell you when the spoilers start though. So this book is about this guy called Skipper, and he really loves comics, though he barely ever reads them. He just collects them. Don't really get a point in that, though apparently tons of people do it, though I bet they have no life. Sorry if I offended anyone that collects them, but seriously, just read them. Why would you collect them? Out of all the things you could invest in, why would it be comic books? Anyway, so basically, he really likes this comic book series called about the masked mutant, who's like a supervillain that can shapeshift into molecules. Well, he can shapeshift. He can change his molecules, so he can change into anything. So, and he tries, and there's also this group of superheroes that try to defeat him, called the Something Six, and one of them is called the Galloping Gazelle, who I'm pretty sure in the episode is played by Adam West. Yeah. So what was I gonna say again? Yeah. So he's in town, and well, not in town, in some place in his town that he's now doesn't really go that much, and he meets this girl called Libby who also kind of likes comic books. And he sees the Masked Mutants headquarters, a building that looks exactly like it, same colors, same everything. He then eventually, he's like, holy moly, how's that there? He goes inside it with his friend Libby. This is on another day, but it doesn't really matter. He goes inside it with his friend Libby, and there was actually an invisibility cloak over it, because the next day he goes there, there's an invisibility cloak, and he's like, oh, why isn't it there? Yeah, so it turns invisible somehow, which I find kind of funny. That's definitely not the type of thing you'd find in some Joker or the Batman Part 2. Actually, no, in the Batman Part 2, I think that Mr. Freeze should definitely have an invisibility cloak over his secret headquarters. Hashtag bring back secret headquarters. Anyway, they go inside it, they get lost, and eventually Skipper, he's the main character. I don't know why I mentioned that. Yeah, he sees I think it's drawings of himself, and he's like, holy moly. Then he leaves, and he goes back to his home, and he gets a comic in the mail with him in it. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So now, if you want to click off, I'm just gonna say a few things before I get into this kind of more spoilery parts. The thought the characters were written pretty well. Skipper was all right, but he was he's definitely the type of kid, the type of person to be actually, yeah, he's kind of annoying though. Libby was fine. The rest of the characters were fine. Trying to think. So characters good plot. The twist was good at the end. I won't spoil that yet though. Overall, probably an 8 out of 10. I'm like a lot of Goosebumps books centered around superheroes. Now I'm getting into spoilers. 3, 2, 1. I hope you clicked off if you haven't read this book, because it's a pretty good one. Anyway, so he goes home, sees a comic book with himself in it. He's like, holy moly. So then he goes back there with Libby. They go inside, and the Galloping Gazelle, he's been kidnapped, and he's the only one that can save him. He can't save the Galloping Gazelle, and then this is the kind of funny part. So he says to the masked mutant, oh, I'm Elastic Boy, the only thing that can defeat me is acid. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but the masked mutant, if he turns into a liquid, then that's his one weakness, he can't turn back. So spoiler alert, he turns into acid, which is obviously a liquid, to try and kill him, and yeah, he dies, or I'm not sure if he dies, but he gets stuck like that and they win. Or does he? Because it actually turns out that one of his, but really the whole time it was Libby. She was the masked mutant and he killed her. I think I can't remember. Either it's the basically the she has a henchman, so either it's the henchman turns into acid or Libby turns into acid. I honestly can't remember. Even though I read this book yesterday, I didn't even like skim it or anything. But eventually he defeats the masked mutant. Final twist is he goes home. I think he accidentally cuts himself with a knife and ink comes out instead of blood. That's it. The end. So I'd give this book an 8 out of 10. I thought the twist at the end was pretty good. The characters were fine. The story was entertaining. It's probably an 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5, 4 stars, whatever. Anyway, now I'm gonna go. I'd recommend this book. Bye.